My parents forced me to break up with my boyfriend once they found out I was sexually active. My boyfriend and I recently broke up because of my strict parents. I'm Asian and he's white, and I'm a year older than him. I'm 18 and he's 17. We have only been officially dating for 4 months, but we've been together just without the title for 10 months. I know that's not long, and that's nothing compared to people who have been together for years, but in those few months, we really grew on each other and became best friends until we fell in love. We both had past relationships that changed us for the worst, and in our relationship, we were lucky to experience true happiness. We really were in love. When I told my parents about us, they weren't happy because they wanted me to focus on my studies first instead of entertaining guys. They said I was too young to date still, but since he's already my boyfriend, they can't do anything about it anymore. They accepted our relationship, but I can tell that they're not 100% happy with my decision. My parents kept telling me to be safe, make good decisions, and to not do anything I would regret later on in life. So basically they were telling me to not have sex yet since I'm too young. Since my parents are Asian, if I told them that I wasn't a virgin anymore, they probably would have killed me. Not really, but they would get really mad at me. So me and my boyfriend hid my sex life to my parents since they won't even understand. His parents, on the other hand, are the complete opposite of my parents. They're laid back and very understanding. They're not strict at all. That's why I love them so much, because they have treated me so well and treated me like their own daughter. Everything was going well. My parents eventually learned to fully accept him, and they were happy for me. Until one day they found out that I wasn't a virgin anymore. They were so disappointed in the two of us, and I was forced to not see him ever again. They look at him different now and think that he is a bad influence. Even after I told them that he makes me really happy and that he wasn't the one who took my virginity, my ex-boyfriend before him did, they still didn't like him for me. I was devastated. They wanted to talk to him face to face, but my boyfriend really didn't want to because he was too scared. My parents got even more mad at that and told me that if he really was a man, he would face the parents of the girl that he claims he loves. So I told my boyfriend that we can keep it a secret from my parents and that nothing really has to change between us. He didn't like the idea and said he didn't want to disrespect my parents like that. He doesn't want to be in a relationship where it has to be hidden. I understood where he was coming from, and after multiple times of begging and begging, he still decided to end things with me. But it only lasted a couple of days because we love each other too much to not be together. So then we got back together again, but this time it's a hidden relationship, and it honestly is the hardest thing ever. Everything was back to normal until he found out something about me that I decided to never tell him nor anyone, because it was something that I did in the past that I was really embarrassed about, one night stand that I really regret doing. Once he found out about that, he couldn't accept me for my past, even though it was something that happened before I even met him. So we broke up again. I cried and cried. He told me that he's been nothing but honest to me and couldn't believe that I hid something like that from him. I understood where he's coming from, even though he couldn't understand that the only reason why I didn't tell him was because I was really embarrassed. He told me that if he knew it from the very beginning, he wouldn't have continued on dating me. But we worked things out again, and he learned to accept my past. And for once, everything was going well again, even though it was a hidden relationship. Until my parents found out that we were dating again. They got so mad at me to the point that they took everything away from me, my phone, car, and even told me that I was on house arrest and couldn't go out without them, in order to make sure that I have no way of seeing him. My mom then decided to text him and tell him to stop seeing me and that he is nothing but rude, selfish, and useless. She even told him that he's only using me and that she wants my ex-boyfriend for me, not him. My boyfriend got so offended to the point where he pretty much told him that this is the reason why he doesn't want seeing my parents in person, because they're nothing but rude to him. He told her that he loves me and that he's only trying to make me happy before I leave for college and we're going to be separated. But of course my parents didn't understand any of that. So this time, we ended things for good because it was just too much to handle. I feel like I made his life living hell instead of making him happy. This is not what he bargained for. But I was upset as well because he didn't fight for me when I fought for him multiple times. If only he sucked up his pride and faced my parents, no matter how rude they were to him. That's all my parents ever wanted, for him to be a man and brave enough to talk to them if he really did love me. It's been days without him and honestly, I don't know what to do anymore. We still love each other and he told me that he is still in love with me. He told me how lucky and blessed he was to meet someone like me and thanked me for showing him true happiness. He told me that he hopes to see me one day again in the future when the timing is right and we could have another chance. Hearing these things make it 10 times harder for me. I love him so much, I just don't know what to do anymore. I can't handle it.